Okay, well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Val with Vala's Vintage and Vine. You can find me on Etsy under Vala's Vintage and Vine, but it's all one word. And we're here today to do the tutorial on the old Victorian. And so I'm going to open it up real quick here so you can see. This is a junk journal kit. It's available on my site. And you'll get everything except for the ribbons, the little hardware, your pins, your charms, all that stuff you'll have to buy on your own. But you get the whole, the paper, the digital download. So everything else you will have to get. So that is Old Victorian. And we'll get started if you're all ready to go. So I've already cut out all of my pieces. I have shaded them and I have scored them so that they're ready to go. So first things first, we're going to take the front. So that's the piece that looks like this. Okay, I'm gonna take the front. This is gonna be the inside cover to the front. Then we've got the inside cover to the back, and we have the back piece. So back piece is gonna be that way, and the front piece is gonna be that way. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're going to add the ribbon first. It's really important that you get that put in there. So what I did was I cut 2 strips 10 inches long. It should give you plenty to tie. And you're gonna feed it through the hole. Now, if you have tweezers, that might be a little easier to do. Go from the front. And you only need, let me see how much I have. It's about all you need. You can probably go just a little less. Just put a little bit of glue on the ribbon itself. And fold it down. Give a little press. Let that sit. I'm gonna go over to the back page of the book. And you're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue. All right. Now these are going to be your inside cover pieces. And they're gonna go right over the top of that ribbon. So that's gonna give it an extra strengthening component here. Gonna glue around all the outside edges. I try to get the corners pretty good. Although I'm pretty careful with how much I put in the corners because I don't like it leaking out everywhere. When you press down. Okay. And then when you put this on the front cover, you're gonna push it back to where it just goes right to the scoring line. Okay. Yep, that looks good. So you want to be able to fold that. Okay, that's your binding. So you want to be able to fold that. So just make sure that that's good and tight. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with the back cover. Line it up best you can. You know, this being used for the tutorial. I wasn't really picky about how straight I cut my edges, so you might be off a little bit. And I need to trim a little. Okay. All right, so you have your front cover and you have your back cover. Okay, that goes to the top corner and this is the bottom. The rose will go to the bottom in the back, okay? And see, and I've already messed up, you guys. The dog has me a little distracted here. I don't want him to start barking. So I'm gonna pull this apart a little bit. I'm sorry. Let's see if that's gonna fit in there. Luckily, the glue is still pretty wet. And you're gonna, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do this. It's been a little while since I put this together last. I'm gonna slide that in there where the paper lines up to where I scored it. Press down. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of glue in there. My apologies, I messed you up on that. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully if you're like me, when I bought these videos, I was usually cutting things out while they were explaining how to put it together. So just making sure it's lined up. I don't have it lined up very good, but that's okay. I've already done the one, so you have a basic idea. So you've got your front and you've got your back, okay? Now, we're gonna do the inner pieces. So how this works is this little lip here is going to go, it's gonna butt right up against, and it's gonna come, just try to leave yourself the same amount of room at each end. So you can get it pretty center. Okay, and then before you put that on there, you're gonna put your back cover. It's easier to glue it before you glue it on. So it's easier to put your back cover on. So you wanna look at this paper fairly closely and see which way your wording is. So this is up, and then the same way with the back side. This is up. So be sure and check that before you glue it. The wording's faint, so I don't know once you get everything in your book if you're really going to notice it, but just in case, you're gonna wanna pay attention to that. So just look closely at that wording. Same thing, just butt it right up against that seam. The fold is. Press, line it up. Boy, I did a terrible cutting job on this one. There's things about these extra ones that I do, because I like to do one so that I can show you one that's already finished, so you kind of get a good idea. And I'm really picky about how that goes together. So these other ones, they can be gifts down the road, or maybe I'll sell them later, who knows. Okay, so my front side. Front this way. Really struggling today. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this on. So I'm just going to add some glue on this tab. And then I'm going to put that in there, space it. Try to keep it from moving on you while you press it down. Press it in place, just like that. You can see that? Okay, then you're gonna have a second left side page. So we're gonna do the same thing, see which way the wording is going. I had them all lined up. And then this damask, I consider this pointing up, so that's going to go on this way. So the page is going to go in this way. So this is up on that damask. Okay, let's butt it up against that seam. Press down till my glue's been downstairs. It's cold. I have a chilly day today. It's been pretty decent. Last week we were in the 80s. Not that warm today. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing. Put some glue on this edge. And then this is going to be done the same way. You're just going to place it on there, line it up best you can with the page before it. Leave a little bit of space between them, just barely a little. Okay, like that. Press down. Okay, you've got your first 2 pages in. It's intimidating to look at all these pieces, but it's not a hard piece to put together. It really isn't. There's just a lot of pieces. All right, so this is going to be your right side, so it's going to go this way. This is your bottom of the page. All right. And I'll see which way my roses are going. So that's up. And your roses do have a direction too, so be sure you pay attention to that. Those are key factors putting this together. It's just making sure everything's going the right direction. A lot of times though, if you mess up, you're not gonna notice because there's so much that you put into the book by the time you do all of your pockets and all of your other fun stuff. You don't really notice, but I try to make sure I get everything going the right direction. Okay. And this piece, so you're gonna glue your tab, and it's gonna go in, and the same as before. And then if you look inside, your tabs are going to be the same length, so you can line them up just by looking at that. Press down. Then I pull them up just to see how they're looking. I can come this way just a little bit. Yep, looks good. All right, and your last inner page. This one, I don't believe the writing on it is bright enough, but you're gonna wanna look because there is some. Oh, yeah, so before you glue this on, we're going to add the ribbon just like we did to the front pages. Now this ribbon, I cut 24 inches. 24 inches long. So what this is going to do is it's going to hold your accordion piece in place. when you get that put in. Okay, so you just want to pull it, make sure your ends are about level. Let's put this in just a little bit more. Okay. Now, let's see here. This is the top. This is the top. So keep it laying the right direction. We're going to glue that in here. I put a little bit more glue on this side because I want it to hold the ribbon in place. So, butt that right up against that seam. Nice press. Okay. A little bit of glue on that. It kind of got stuck to that, but it'll dry and it'll be okay. All right, so you've got this piece done. Just want to give it just a minute. Make sure that glue on that ribbon isn't too tacky. All right, and then this piece is going to go in like this. Again, you're just going to line it up with the other page. Press down. All right. Now we're going to set this aside for just a minute. We're going to work on the accordion part of this book. All right, so okay, make sure I turn it the right way. Confusing myself here. Yeah, the accordion page should be on your right side. All right, so these are the accordion pages. So you're going to have two long pieces like this. Now I have changed this design a little since I've done this book because it didn't really go together the way that I wanted it to. So I changed it up and I'll show you this. So when you untie this here and your accordion comes down and then it folds up and you're going to have pockets on both sides, okay? So you can kind of see where these overlap. I just didn't like the finishing. I filled in on the back side with some ribbon. I didn't like it, so I went back to the drawing board after I did this one and I redid these pages. So what I decided to do, and this is going to be a lot easier, is I took two of these pieces and I laid out, so you still have all of these little squares, okay? I want you to cut out all of these little squares, but the first square, the one that's numbered number 1, it's going to have a tab on this end and a tab on this end. Cut that tab off. You don't need it now. You just need the top tab, and that's how we're going to connect it to the book. And then what I did was I laid the pieces out. So you're going to want to lay your pieces out, put that tab over the end, just like that. So you're going to put that tab over that end and then place one of your pieces at the bottom so it lines up, and then you're going to place a piece in the center and just eyeball it, get it to where it's spaced, what you think that looks like it's good spacing. And then I took a little pencil and I made little marks right in the middle of those spaces, okay? And then I took it over to my scoring table and I scored it. You can see my line. And then I matched this piece up with this piece and I did the same thing. So now you have two choices. I like this piece just as a whole. I'm not gonna put these three little pieces on it. If you want to, you can, but I've decided I don't want to. Now, if you want, you can put one in the center and you can use them as a pocket too. But I think it's just gonna be better left like this. And then these pieces, I am going to glue to the stripe side. So this is gonna be the top, this is gonna be the bottom. So we're gonna do this first. Let's glue these two pieces together. And the scores should be exactly lined up. And I would not glue on top of those score lines. Okay. And I'll line up those score lines. Do a little trimming here. I think this is a much better design, and it's going to make it stronger because that's going to get moved a lot when you have people looking at your book. So I think that it's just going to give you added strength, and it's going to work a little better than my original design. Okay, so top, bottom, top. Okay, I'm going to take this piece and we're going to glue it to the top. And just make sure that that just goes up to the seam and not too much farther. So just to the seam. And then we'll put this one in the middle. And this one will go at the bottom. Let's see, let's go that way. All right. That's going to work a lot better, I believe. All right. So now how this is going to work, this is going to be glued to this piece here. Go right close to the top. So you're going to fold where the score line is. We're going to fold it up. Get your tool out. If you don't have a tool, you can use scissors. Okay, so that folds up this way, and then it's gonna fold down this way. See that? And then just give it a nice, perfect. That is a lot better design. I like the way that that turned out. That's better than my original. All right, and then you're gonna find your little tabs. So you're gonna wanna cut your little tabs out there, the 2 little half circles. And we're gonna put those on. And I did put glue on the whole thing, but you're gonna just put it, try to center it, and you're just gonna go down so far. Yep, just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna put a little glue on the bottom of this. And then you're gonna line those 2 pieces up. Just like that. Done pretty good today. I haven't gotten a whole lot of glue on me. Okay, so you've got your accordion piece all ready to go now. So this guy is gonna go, and make sure that you've got your bow, your ribbon page to your right, and then we're gonna put some glue here. And then you're gonna put that on just below your ribbon and try to center it to the page. Center it to the page. Okay, and then on one of your sheets you had a long strip that was floral. You're going to get that out, and this is going to go across here. And you're going to mark the other end. And just take your scissors and cut it. And I'm going to round the ends of it. Well, this is a fun little piece. You can put some wording on it. You can get a word tag to put on it if you want, or just leave it as is. Butt that right up against that seam and the edges, and that'll hold that nice and tight. All right, we're going to give that just a minute to dry. And then while we're waiting for that, if you wanted to add some more pages to this journal, there's enough space here that you can. You can just print off another left and another right and put them together and add them in here. The only change you would have to make is this is the binding that's going to cover all this up. That's going to go right down the center. You'll have to cut that a little thinner. So you just have to eyeball it and mark it and then just cut it a little thinner. But that's where that piece there goes. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. And that'll hold everything together. It gives it a nice clean look on the inside. And there's going to be a little bit of room at the bottom and a little bit of room at the top. So just kind of move it where your white space is even at both ends. So it looks like that. Okay. So now this piece is ready for pockets. So you can add your pockets. This is about as far as I'm gonna go with this video because I'm going to let you do your own thing with your pockets. You can decorate your journal any way that you want. I just wanted to make sure that you had a full understanding as to how to put it together. Once I've put it together, now there are a couple of more things I will show you, but once you've put it together and everything has dried, I like to take and I just kind of, let's hold this down, fold your pages back, and now just kind of push them back the other way so that they're workable. We're going to take this one, we're going to push it this direction, and take this one and push it this direction. All right, now I did cut out the door. So what I had done with mine was I had put the door on here. I just thought it looked so cute on that little pull out. So that's where I'm going to put the door. You've got the, you should have a sheet of fussy cuts in there. We're gonna just place the door right down in here. If you have to trim the bottom a little, go ahead, but it should fit. Should fit just fine. And then on the front, that just folds up so nice. On the front, I put my little gazebo up front here. You can put it on straight, you can tilt it, you can do whatever you want. So that's where I put the gazebo. Put this about right there, I think. Just a little bit. Okay, we got the gazebo in place. All that's left is all the fun little stuff, all your pockets. Now on some pages, I did 2 pockets. I'll show you in this one. These guys, I just glued lace in the top of them. I haven't used them for, haven't put any tags or anything in them, but I did pin some fun little ephemeras on the front of them. And then you've got a pocket on this side, and then on this page, and you've got larger pockets and you've got smaller pockets. So I did a bigger one and a smaller one. This is what I did with this piece, okay? I don't know why that ended up so much smaller. I used it as a pocket on my inside page. And then another large pocket, I added some ribbon, got the pull out, and on those pull outs, I think I did a small pocket on each one. So your small pocket should fit on that beautifully. I'm gonna tie this up here while I've got it in place. Just give that a tie. And then go on to the back page. I just did a large and a small. Then I did a large. You've got some of these pieces that you can use as pockets. I did 2 pockets here, both large, and then a large on the back. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy finishing this journal, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining me. Watch for some more to come. I've got some fun things coming. So thank you. Bye-bye.